Well, if you need to grab a last-minute Mother's Day gift, this pop-up is a perfect place to shop.
Yeah, Dina Cup standing by and learning more about the Kitchen's Table event. Hi, Dina.
Hi, good morning. I love this space in Sacramento. It's a darling little shop, and they were hit really hard during the pandemic. And so now for Mother's Day, they're opening up their first ever pop-up event, and it's actually going to happen Saturday. So if you still need a gift for mom, listen for the next 2.5 minutes, okay? All right, so let's go back out there. They're going to have multiple vendors set up, and now we're going to chat with Jamie Rubin-Mark, who's the owner of Renewable Jewels. So I know you're going to be out there on Saturday. What kind of items do you have to offer?
I am. Thank you so much for having me. I'm a vintage jewelry designer, so I take pieces from the 1920s through the 1980s and I incorporate it in my work. So every piece has its own story. This was actually a button, a vintage button. This was actually an earring previously, and this was part of a 1950s pin. So all the different ones have different stories to it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be all women-owned businesses out here. So we have the kitchen table, Susan, who's a dear friend, and then we also have Esmeralda, who has beautiful succulents. We have something I can't resist, which is always sweets, amazing macaroons, and we also have Wild Sisters out here, which is a new book company. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and if you're like my family and my kids, you're still maybe looking for a gift, and this is a perfect place to come.
It certainly is, and with the Wild Sisters Book Co., I know that you mentioned them, they're actually going to be doing a little story time, and so I think that's so great. They're going to have some of their books out there. So for you, tell me the inspiration. I mean, obviously you're finding all these pieces and you're putting together these old stories, but how did you get involved in that? That is such a clever idea for jewelry.
Well, thank you. I actually come from a family of entrepreneurs. My grandfather had a bunch of different family heirloom pieces that he actually gifted me. So I started very organically making them for friends and family, and it just grew into this business. I was wearing my piece one day and someone asked me if I could do a trunk show and if I had enough pieces, and I thought about it and said, I don't even know what enough pieces is, but sure. So I just started there and really have an amazing fun time treasure hunting and going to antique fairs. And then over this COVID time, I actually learned about gemstones and meaning of gemstones and added that to my collection. Because gemstones have a lot of different meanings behind them, so I wanted to incorporate that as well. I mean, one of my favorite things has always been lockets too. So I have a lot of lockets. So you can put pictures in for Mother's Day or any holiday. I have people buy lockets all the time and put pictures of their animals in them.
That is such a great idea. We are out of time, but I'm so glad that you were able to show off some of your pieces. Again, the pop-up is happening at the kitchen table. Again, 12 to 3 on Saturday. This is down 1462 on 33rd Street in Sacramento. So go out and enjoy it. Find something special for mom. I love the pieces that you had to show us this morning. Thank you so much, Jamie. And again, that's a one-of-a-kind outfit.
Thank you so much for having me.
Mom's not going to have anything, you know, that someone else has, which I love. You're going to be able to give her something very unique with the story, which is great. All right, we'll send it back to you guys.